One.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Kingston Lee. To my left is Kingston. To my right is Dylan. And cameraman in the back, Juliana. We're going to be talking about chemical naming and about ionic compounds, molecular compounds, and acids. And make sure to like and subscribe and hit up GGHS Chemistry for Mr. Holguin. Amazing teacher. So we're doing ionic compounds first. And so there's going to be two types of ionic compounds. One of constant charge and one of variable charge. And for the constant charge, the cation takes the name of the element, and then the anion goes last and takes the name of the element root name and adds the prefix I to it. So for example, calcium nitride, we have Ca calcium with a 2+ charge and then nitride with a 3- charge. And this is going to be a constant charge because the charges on top are always constant. And to name it, we have calcium, which is the cation, so it takes the first element name. And then nitride, which is the anion, so it takes the root name and then it adds the prefix I to it, so that's how you get calcium nitride.
Okay, so for ionic compounds with a variable charge, you would specify with Roman numerals, and mostly transition metals except for silver, zinc, and aluminum. So we have some examples here. We got mercury and oxygen, right? So we know oxygen, to find out the charge, oxygen we know has a 2- charge, and to make it equal, you just bring it over here, or down here actually. So it becomes Hg2O, but the name of it would be mercury with Roman numerals 2 oxide. Okay, so for copper and this hydrogen, we know the hydrogen has a minus charge in this case, and there are 3 hydrogens, so it'd have a total of 3, right? So you bring the 3 over here in order to cancel it out. So then you would have copper 3 hydride. Okay, so next up we have molecular compounds, and the rules for these are that you can see that they're molecular if they have nonmetals only. And for the first element, you would use the full element name, and for the second element, you would name it as if it was an anion. So the prefixes, you use prefixes to specify it. So if it has 1, it's mono, 2 is di, 3 is tri, 4 is tetra, 5 is penta, 6 is hexa, 7 is hepta, 8 is octa, 9 is nona, and 10 is deca.
One.
Mono is never used for naming the first atom. For example, carbon monoxide. Mono is on the second atom because the rule says mono is never used for naming the first atom. And next example is nitrogen triiodide. The nitrogen has 1 atom and the iodide has 3 atoms, which makes it tri. There's 2 I's. It keeps 2 I's there because, yeah. For the next example, nitrogen has 2 atoms and oxide has 5.
Decachloride.
And the last one, boron has 2 atoms and chloride has 10, which has a deca, which represents 10.
Alright, next up we got acids. So, okay, first off, acids, they always start with an H. So if it doesn't contain an oxygen, its name starts with hydro. So if you look at this example right here, there's HBr, which represents hydrobromic. And realize that we use hydro because there's no O or oxygen in it, and it ends with ic if it doesn't have any oxygens. Okay, and then if it contains an oxygen, you do not include the hydro. So, like in this example right here, we have bromic. Or it could also be like this, sulfurous. So there's two rules for these. If it ends in ate, you can use ic, and if it ends in ite, you can use us. As you can see, for bromate, we use bromic, and then for sulfite, we use sulfurous. Since it's an acid, make sure you always include the name with acid, of course. So hydrobromic acid, bromic acid, sulfurous acid. And then this is how you write into a formula. So we're going to use phosphoric acid for this. So phosphoric, the parent ion is phosphate, and when you write it out, it's PO4 3 minus. You're going to add the H to the formula because acids always include H, so HPO4 3 minus. You're going to cross it, so you're going to bring the superscripts down, or the charges down, and you rewrite it. So as you see, we have H3PO4 because the 3 comes from the 3, and the 1 shit, and then the 1 comes down here. And then you're done. We should say this part.
The saying is, if you ate the chemical, you say ick.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Go gain science. We should get full credit because